the countertops. They're just demolishing the ones we have in the kitchen right now, and they're putting on those nice new marble ones. Our new kitchen countertops arrived. Look how beautiful. Oh, I love them so much. We got a nice grain going on here. These quartz countertops are from Keystone. We went to the Keystone warehouse back in the summertime to see an example of the quartz slab. Each slab is going to be a little bit different, but quartz is pretty consistent, so we went to go check it out and see what it would look like on a larger scale, and I'll have a link to that vlog in the description bar. The installers just came by today and put them in. They're thicker than the previous ones we had from the builder. We wanted to upgrade them after the builder because it was quite expensive to do in the design center, but we were able to save a couple grand actually by doing it ourselves afterwards. So we just hired a contractor and they came in after possession and installed the countertops. And then we have more veins here and over there, and then we got this nice big sink. It's about Milo size, I'd say. It's really deep, just one size. We could also have the option of doing the divider panel, but we like the big size. We have a dishwasher, so we don't really need to do 2 rinse loads. I'm super excited about that. We're gonna install the backsplash, and it looks like a whole new kitchen with that old countertop flipped out to this nice bright white one. We are putting up the shiplap siding on the wall in our dining room. The first piece just went up. We're using this little nailer gun to secure the MDF boards. We cut to 5 inches high, and we're just nailing them up on the wall, piece by piece, with the help of this lovely fiance. We're using these as the spacers to put in between each of the boards. Sometimes people use quarters. We just have this like sort of scrap piece of quartz that we're gonna use to keep it consistent. So we're just using these little pieces to space it out and then nailing the boards in on the studs. We use a stud finder to find it. Now we're just fitting in the last boards, but the baseboard's a little uneven, so we're trying to flatten it down so it lines up and still gives us the right spacing. The last boards are usually the trickiest ones, same with those outlet ones. This is what the full wall looks like at this stage right now. We are using this material to fill in all the nail holes with a simple spatula picked up from the hardware store. We're just taking that and filling in all these little nail holes that we used with the nailer gun. And then we're gonna wait for that to dry and then sand it down. That way everything's nice and smooth and even. So some of the tricky parts were cutting around these electrical sockets. Now we're just doing this board here. We had to make it about like a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch shorter than the standard 6-inch board that we were doing. So now we're just trying to get that to fit in. It's looking pretty tight, so we might have to shave it down a little bit. And then after we sand all the nail holes, we will give it a primer coat because it is MDF, so it needs to be primed, and then we will paint it with a white paint. This is what this shiplap wall is looking like so far. It's just got the primer on it. We actually had to use an oil-based primer because with MDF, you can't put water on it or else it really like bubbles the boards, the fibers inside the MDF. It just messes up the whole thing and makes it really textured, and you can never get it back to normal. You can't sand it back down. So you have to use an oil-based primer before you paint the MDF, but we are using a latex paint, like a traditional house paint, on top of the oil primer, so that you could do that. So that's what we're planning on doing. I chose to use the MDF boards instead of the plywood boards just because I really like the look of a smooth, clean, modern finish as opposed to more of the textured, wood grain look that you'd see if you painted plywood. So you can see it's just like perfectly smooth and beautiful. We're gonna take these pictures that we had from our old place 2 apartments ago. I think we're gonna hang them. We're like boop boop. We have a table going here, our chairs, which you kind of see piled underneath stuff. And then we have our little IKEA fixture that we're gonna be hanging from right there. But our house is just a mess, a complete mess right now. Oh, hello. We're about to take Milo to the dog park. Suited up and ready to go. This is what the shiplap wall looks like in the daylight. I just painted it last night, so it is looking amazing. I love it so much. And we have this light fixture from IKEA that we're going to be hanging up. And the plan is to have a nice dining room table that's currently in the works. Yet again, another project. I think we've made the consensus that that dining room table project is definitely not happening before Christmas. It's just way too much on our plate. But one day there'll be a nice table right here that we can enjoy family meals on together when we're able to have big parties again, which I'm hoping is not too far away because oh my goodness, I miss all my friends. It's just so sad. I think I probably had like maybe a mental breakdown like 3 times this week because I'm just overwhelmed with like all the stress that we have going on and all the projects that we have going on and work, not being able to go Christmas shopping or just shopping in general without having to have a mask. And I find that it like really constricts my breathing. And I mean, I'm not like complaining. I will totally wear my mask because it keeps everybody safe. I'm gonna be truthful in that it's really uncomfortable to wear. I think that's pretty much a general consensus. It's not like ideal, right? You know, like me and my mom would go out to malls in days gone by and we would just shop. Like that's what we liked doing. We like just walking around the mall and having a chill day, looking at stores and looking at things. And now I like absolutely don't want to do that. I would rather just be in and out. Can't wait for a time when we don't have to be restricted like that anymore. And I think that that day will come. It'll come sooner and we're just toughing it out till that time comes. I just feel like I never leave my house anymore. And I think it's driving me a bit crazy. Putting up the light fixture.
Holy reflexes! What height do you want this up in? Move your ass over, like literally move your butt over.
Light fixture is all hung for over top of our dining room table. This is the one from IKEA. It's the center leg pendant light fixture. Turn on the light for you. Ta-da! Here's a look at the shiplap wall, all completed.